Very good evening to all of you, and welcome to Stock Durbar with Team William Honor India. With me on this room, we have my colleague Raj Shekhar. And before we start, it's a disclaimer that the registration granted by the SEBI membership of BSL and certification from NISM is no guarantee performance. Investment in the security markets are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. So we might discuss a lot of index level, stock level, but please don't take it as a direct investment advice. So Raj, should we begin the session?
Yes, Rishit, we can start the session.
Sure. Okay. So it's a good day to conduct the session. In fact, the Nifty had a good run today. Uh, Mostly in the second half, the run was really good. थोड़ा एक concern था that last 3-4 sessions जब ये rally हुआ तब volume थोड़ा lower था. So I had that concern कि rally हो रहा है but lower volume पे हो रहा है. But today the volume was almost 470-80. यहाँ तक का volume था. The bar is not yet updated क्योंकि evening में update होता है. Uh, okay, so but the volume was really good today. So no worries about the volume part. And it almost made a high of around 625. So we were just 150 points away from the fresh all-time high. तो अभी जो हमारा market status है that is uptrend under pressure. Okay, the point being that यहाँ पे जो ये पूरा fall आया था और mid cap small cap में देखे तो वो fall काफी ज्यादा था. So that's why we had shifted the market status to uptrend pressure just on the safer side. But if we cross the fresh high again, अभी ये 775 के ऊपर अगर हम एक बार फिर से निकल जाते हैं, then we will shift the market status to a confirmed uptrend. और point क्या था पता है, जब ये market गिर रहा था ना, तब volume भी बन रहा था and distribution day count had increased to 4. So distribution day count generally एक top indicator का one of the indicator है कि जब मार्केट और लेट्स से निफ्टी तो मेजर इंडेक्स 0.2% से ज्यादा गिरता है ऑन अ वॉल्यूम हायर देन प्रीवियस सेशन, तो वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है. अगर ऐसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन डे ज्यादा इकट्ठा हो जाते हैं, इफ द नंबर ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन डेज बिकम्स मोर and Nifty is breaching key moving averages, then that's always a problem. So that's why we had downgraded. But now, what happened that current distribution day count is down to 2 because this week itself, 2 distribution day expired. अभी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन डे एक्सपायर कब होते हैं? आफ्टर 25 सेशंस. मान लो यहाँ पे कहीं डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन डे हुआ तो 25 सेशन हो जाते हैं ना. आफ्टर 25 सेशन your distribution day gets expired, and that has what happened. 2 of the distribution day that came last month in March वो अभी expire हो गए हैं. So the current count is at 2, which is very comfortable, and Nifty is trading about all the key moving averages. So that is to be watched out. Now, if you see, look at some of the key indexes. Nifty Bank, it was holding really well even after that Kotak Bank's thing, like after the RBI's restriction on Kotak. Okay, it hit lower circuit, 10-12% डाउन था. फिर भी बैंक निफ्टी आज ऑलमोस्ट 48,494, मतलब 48,600 के ऊपर चला गया था एक बार तो बैंक निफ्टी, which is just 1% below its all time high. Because lot of other banks, अगर कोटक को निकाल दे तो बाकी के जो बैंक्स है that performed really really well. ओके, एक्सिस का रिजल्ट बहुत अच्छा था. It beat estimates on all the front. So the robust result of Axis Bank 6% up, SBI Bank good expectation, good technical setup 5% up. Then the PSU banks जो है बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा, PNB, वो सब ने काफी सपोर्ट किया, राइट. एंड ICICI Bank hits new high. So the results of the banking sector is good. So last time हम बात कर रहे थे कि निम में प्रेशर है, डिपॉजिट का ग्रोथ नहीं मिल रहा है. Now that is not the scenario. Even we saw in HDFC Bank's result, the deposit growth was quite robust this time. So credit growth तो है ही, वहां पे तो कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं आ रहा है. Okay, so broadly the bank nifty is also in a good shape and one of the leading index. So अभी देखो, एक मैं जनरल स्टेटमेंट दे रहा हूँ फॉर ऑल द इंडेक्स. अगर आप निफ्टी में मान लो, बैंक निफ्टी में मान लो, कोई अदर इंडेक्स में डिस्कस कर रहा हो, सो 21 DMA 50 DMA ये दोनों बहुत क्रूशियल हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ भी देखो बैंक निफ्टी है ना 50 DMA से रिबाउंड मार दिया था। निफ्टी एक दिन के लिए ब्रीच हुआ था 50 DMA, बट द वेरी नेक्स्ट डे इट रिबाउंडेड. So 50 DMA is acting as a really good support for the market. So what you need to make sure is कि 50 DMA hold करे. If the 50 DMA fails again, then we might see that there can be some selling. So overall, the banking stocks, private as well as the PSUs, doing quite well. If we look at the auto sector, one of the top gainer of the last year, it continues its run. ठीक है, बट उसका ब्रॉडली अभी साइडवेज मूवमेंट हो गया है. वेरी स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक, वेरी सिलेक्टिव आर मूविंग. 20 ये तो 50 तक भी नहीं जाता भाई. 21 से सपोर्ट, द ग्रीन लाइन ओवर हियर इज द 21. इट इज इन दैट गुड अप ट्रेंड कि ये 21 पे सपोर्ट लेके फिर से ऊपर निकल जाता है. But I think this time it's not going much higher. It has not made a fresh high. Okay, but looks like it will soon make it, the way the stocks like the Hero, the Maruti, these stocks are forming a good setup TVS. It looks like the fresh momentum can come over here. Broadly जो OEMs है वहाँ पे आउट परफॉर्मेंस है. जो पैसेंजर व्हीकल्स का सेल्स है दैट इज रियली गुड. कमर्शियल में भी पिकअप हो रहा है जिस तरह से गवर्नमेंट का प्लान है कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर का. इफ द करंट गवर्नमेंट कंटिन्यूज, विच इज what likely the possibility, then the capital expenditure will be on the higher side, and that will also start a new cycle for the commercial vehicle ka boom aa jayega. Plus this year lot of electric vehicles will be getting launched. Most of the companies are having a huge focus on the EVs. The market of EVs are getting bigger and bigger, so a lot of triggers for the auto index, and that's what got priced in. ये इतने टाइम से वो सब प्राइस इन हो रहा था. Even this year it might continue. So broadly, it's in a very good shape. One another index which did really well, and it continues to do well, is the Nifty Realty. So if you look at all the realty stocks are at new high, even the index is at fresh high. So no two ways about this. Okay, the way the property market is hot, especially in the metros, tier 1 tier 2 city तक काफी पेनिन अभी बढ़ गया है. इन्वेंट्री लेवल काफी लो है. न्यू प्रोजेक्ट्स धड़ाधड़ सेल हो रहे हैं. So there is no issue in getting the new projects sold. So that is very positive for the realty company. Plus, they are getting a good value. अभी market में pricing भी बढ़ गया है and people are ready to pay. And one thing that happened, like we might have repeated the previous times also, that the organized players are getting more traction. जो छोटे builder है वहाँ पे इतना attraction नहीं हो रहा है property market में. But this organized player, जो बड़े बड़े projects बन रहे हैं, that is where the people, the man, like laymen are interested, have who are having a decent net worth. वो इस पे काफी focus में. So the realty index is doing well. If you look at the IT, a bit in trouble again. 200 DMA तक ठुक गया फिर से. So थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है अभी आईटी में. You saw the few results. So broadly results इतने खराब नहीं थे, but still if you can see the next year, it is not कि वो growth का year अभी आ नहीं रहा है. वो एक ऐसा क्वार्टर और एक ऐसा हाफ, एक ईयर का हाफ जहाँ पे काफी अच्छा ग्रोथ मिले इनको रेवेन्यू टर्म्स में. ठीक है, वो मिल नहीं रहा है. एंड दैट इज व्हाई द प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी इज नॉट रिफ्लेक्टिंग. काफी अच्छी रैली हुई थी फॉर विद होप कि ये वाला जो 2024 है, ठीक है, और यू कैन से FY25 के फर्स्ट हाफ का काफी अच्छा आउटलुक हो सकता है द ग्रोथ में रिबाउंड. बट वो हुआ नहीं है. मतलब जो ग्रोथ फोरकास्ट है वो रोबस्ट नहीं है. जनरली ऑन द लोअर बैंड ही है सारे. एंड दैट इज व्हाट यू सी इन द मेजर ऑफ द IT names are getting beaten down. So it's better to avoid the bottom fishing. Here the metals are quite hot and shining. It is the index is trading at a fresh high. जिस तरह से चाइना में ग्रोथ पिकअप हो रहा है, थोड़े सैंक्शंस इधर उधर लगे हैं, उसकी वजह से फेरस नॉन फेरस दोनों के प्राइसेस काफी बढ़ गए हैं. जो मेटल के और है उनके प्राइसेस बढ़ गए हैं. यू नो अबाउट द प्रेशियस मेटल सिल्वर गोल्ड, छप्पर फाड़ के भागे भाई वो लोग. 72-73 थाउजेंड पर ग्राम तक पहुंच गया था. अभी भी 70 के ऊपर ही है, 70-71 के. बट so it's a good rally for broadly all the metal stocks and the sector and the stocks related to it. Whether ferrous है non ferrous है, दोनों में काफी अच्छा मोमेंटम है, काफी तेजी है. and the index is trading at a new high. So the sectors that are doing really well, वहाँ पे जो stocks है वो अच्छे base बना रहे हो, okay, which are in a very good momentum, that is the place where you need to watch out. Now, if we look at FMCG, so this index is moving sideways. I think since February, almost 3 months, it is moving sideways. It is trading near its 250 DMA, and so give it some time. Let it reclaim its 50 DMA. थोड़ा एक अच्छा momentum आ जाए. आज नेस्ले का भी result था. Okay, and you can see after Nestle's result, there was a quite a good momentum in the stock. Okay, there's some disruption in the stock, but yeah, broadly, there was a good momentum in the Nestle stock. थोड़ा सा उसकी वजह से like पॉजिटिव भी सेंटिमेंट पॉजिटिव हो गया था. HUL में कुछ इतना हुआ नहीं है, उसका भी रिजल्ट था, बट अभी नहीं आ पा रहा है वहां पे ग्रोथ. So the rural issue, the rural demand issue still persists. But looks like if the FMCG stocks now rebound, especially Nestle, ITC, अगर वहां से थोड़ा momentum मिलता है, then we might see some gains over here in the FMCG index as well. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Let's start with your queries, and in between, if required, we will, watch out for the sectors. So the floor is open. Me and Raj will try to answer as many questions as possible.
Thanks, Sushit, for the introduction about the markets and how they are placed in the current moment. I will think we can start with the stock specific queries. We already have a couple of queries. I'll start with CDSL. CDSL, as all of you know, it's a leading depository company in India, and the stock has been doing very good for the last 1 year, and currently it is has broken out from its stage one double bottom base pattern as well. It is slightly above the ideal buy range, that is 7% or 8% from the pivot. Ideal buy range, according to our methodology, is 0 to 5% from the pivot. So let's wait. I think it is extended from the pivot. We will not advise to chase extended stocks from the pivot. Talking about the other parameters for the company, starting with EPS is at 94, indicates a strong fundamental character of the company. Technical ratings are also doing very good, and RS line, if you observe closely, has made a blue dot as well on the RS line. Blue dot formation RS line is very critical and is very important for a stock to show technical strength. It signifies that stock is making new highs and it is ready to make or give further return from here. ABD rating, which talks about accumulation of distribution in the stock, is also very good at A minus. So overall, on the technicals and fundamentals, the ratings are very good. The growth story of CDSL and India's overall stock market growth is related to the CDSL growth is related to the overall stock market growth. And we all know that India is still an under-penetrated market when we compare with our global peers. So, as for the future prospects are very good and intact, and technicals are also looking very good. It is slightly extended from the pivot, and let's wait for the stock to retrace or come to its ideal buy range for the accumulation or taking fresh entry. And if you have already taken position, I think 21 DMA or the 50 DMA can be kept as stop loss depending on your risk appetite. Next is Spark. Oh, stock, as you can see here, it has been forming or hitting lower circuits continuously for the last more than 2 weeks, I think. And after breaking out, the stock has been coming under pressure and has hitting the lower circuits as well. And according to our methodology, we do not advise or look into stocks which are hitting upper circuits or lower circuits, because it's very critical, or it is very difficult to exit such kind of stocks. That is one of the reason why we do not advise stocks which are hitting circuits. And the technical ratings have also been deteriorated because of the stocks performance. I think now it is not a good position or good time to enter into this stock. Let's wait for the stock to show its strength or form a base pattern. And EPS has also been with its lowest at 11. So let the stock come up with good results and also come up with a good explanation how why the stock is hitting uh, uh, lower circuits as well. Until then, it's better to wait and watch in this particular stock. Next is Indian hotels. Sorry, there is some disturbance. Okay. The chart is loaded. Currently, you can see the stock has not formed any base pattern. A recent breakout has happened in November, last week of November, and currently it is trading at 35% or 32% from the pivot. And in the today's session, it tested its 50 DMA as well, and it has found a good support at its 50 DMA. So going forward, 50 DMA is going to be a crucial level for the stock. And if you have positions in the stock, if the stock reaches 50 DMA, you can exit. Otherwise, you can continue to hold, but taking fresh entry is not advised because there is no proper base formation or no proper buy point at this moment. Also, market structure, we are in often under pressure, even though the distribution day count is decreased to 2, but the market status is still in under pressure. So, uh, in that case, it's better to go for proper breakouts rather than looking for alternative buy points.
I'll take few. So there's one query on Kotak. Yeah, this was like come today. Uh, there was a sharp fall. It hit first to a 10% wala lower circuit मारा था F&O stock and then it fell almost to 1600 level. वहां से थोड़ा rebound हुआ. So now mostly you might be knowing why that happened because the RBI had placed the restriction on Kotak Bank on an immediate basis on onboarding of new customer through its online and mobile banking channel और जो दूसरा है issuing fresh credit cards. अभी ये मोस्टली अभी फोकस जो चलता है वो ऑनलाइन अकाउंट पे से ही ज्यादा उनको नए अकाउंट्स मिलते हैं. यू गेट अ लॉट ऑफ इनकम फ्रॉम द क्रेडिट कार्ड एज वेल. तो अगर वहां पे एक एक्शन लिया है आरबीआई ने तो दैट इज ऑलवेज अ प्रॉब्लम फॉर द बैंक. और ये एक्शन इट वाज लाइक आरबीआई हैड टू टेक बिकॉज देयर वर कंसर्न्स out of the RBI's IT examination. So every day, like every year, the RBI conducts IT examination of a bank. Okay, so in 2022, 23, so their RBI raised a few issues related to their system in IT, but Kotak was not able to, clear it up. That's why RBI did this. So the major reason for the fall. Okay, and these guys have a good share. Like अभी credit card में देखो तो इसका almost 6% का शेयर है नंबर ऑफ क्रेडिट कार्ड्स. तो वहां से काफी एक प्रॉब्लम होगा. एंड जो भी मेन जो इनका लैंडिंग पार्ट होता है जो हमको होता है क्रेडिट ग्रोथ. ठीक है, वो जो ऑनलाइन उनका कोटक 811 वाला चीज है वहां से काफी नए क्लाइंट्स आते हैं. वहां से उनका जो लैंडिंग का बिजनेस होता है वो मेजर ग्रोथ ड्राइवर थे कोटक के. तो वहां पे एक थोड़ा डिस्टरबेंस आया तो दैट will definitely cause a problem. So now I think the question in mind will be लेना है कि नहीं लेना है. I think that's why someone might have posted about कोटक का क्या करे. ठीक है. So ideally bottom fishing should not be done. Okay, never catch a falling knife क्योंकि अगर वो लग गया ना तो बहुत दर्द होता है. So it's always try to avoid the falling knife. So even if I take you to the weekly chart, ठीक है, it has given no return since जनवरी 21, अगर जनवरी 21 में आपने लिया होता तो अभी तक 21, 2, 3, 4 में ऑलमोस्ट अप्रैल मार्केट ने जोरदार रिटर्न दिया है, बट योर मनी वॉज स्टक. इनफैक्ट यू आर इन अ significant loss, notable loss from the highs. Okay, so try to avoid it. Let it form a base. इसको थोड़ा technical strength gain करने दो. इतना जल्दी नहीं है लेने का, because you not do a justice, after buying it at that low. Let it reclaim its key moving averages. थोड़ा volume buying side में आता है, ठीक है? Then and only then you should run behind that stock. According to O'Neill methodology, you should not catch these stocks at a lower level. So I hope that was clear, Hitesh. So now this question by NM on advanced enzyme, and then we will take Birlasoft. So advanced enzyme is forming a stage 2 consolidation base. इसका earnings काफी अच्छा है, ठीक है? Last 3-4 quarters EPS sales growth is good, fund holding is decent. ये कम है थोड़ा strength, but बढ़ेगा. I think the way the earnings are improving, this will also improve. The buyer demand is good, technical ratings are fine. RS वैसे देखो price trend 53 का है, but if you compare, okay, now we have this feature as well. If you compare, पहले 48 का था, अगर मार्च में देखे तो इसका 48 अराउंड का लो था, तो वहां से इम्प्रूव होके 53 आया है. एंड द स्टॉक इज फॉर्मिंग द राइट साइड ऑफ द बेस. देखो ये 50 डीएमए इसने रिक्लेम कर लिया है, and I think the volume थोड़ा issue है. So wait some time. It is still 9% to pivot. Stock अच्छा है, story अच्छी है, fundamentals अच्छे हैं, okay. But technically ये 9% cover करने दो, ये पूरा pivot के पास पहुंचने दो. एक बार यहाँ पे breakout होता है on a higher volume, that is when you should try to enter the stock according to O'Neill method. On the flip side, let's assume you are holding the stock. If you are holding the stock, maybe the 50 DMA is a good level to watch out. इसके नीचे you cut your losses, okay, or book your profit, whatever. और अगर 200 के नीचे जाता है, then definitely you should not have this one in your portfolio, because that's a much technical deterioration if it goes below the 200 DMA. So watch out for it. Okay, so next we have BSOP, that is Birlasoft. Mm, trading below all the key moving averages, again it's a good story, ठीक है? EPS अच्छा है, number of fund holdings are good. So if you are holding the stock, I think ऊपर के लेवल पे लिया है यहाँ पे, then ideally you should have exited when the 50 DMA was breached. ये वाले जोन पे exit कर देना था. If you are still holding, then यहाँ पे दिख रहा है 3-4 दिन से एक consolidation दिख रहा है. It looks like अभी ये sideways movement higher volume पे दे रहा है, that is something good. Let's assume if it goes higher, then first resistance can be 21 DMA. If it crosses 50 DMA, that is when you should enter the stock. Till the time you should not, because the buyer demand is very very poor. तो टेक्निकली बहुत बीटन है, फंडामेंटली अच्छा है. सो लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर है, फंडामेंटली यू डोंट केयर अबाउट लॉसेस, देन दैट्स अ डिफरेंट गेम. बट इफ यू आर अ बिट एक्टिव इन द मार्केट, आई एम नॉट सेइंग एक्टिव ट्रेडर, बट इफ यू आर एक्टिव इन योर इन्वेस्टमेंट जर्नी, 4 दिन बाद अर्निंग्स है, सो फ्रेश पोजीशन अभी लेना तो बनता ही नहीं है, क्योंकि यू शुड नेवर ट्राई टू एंटर स्टॉक जस्ट अ वीक बिफोर द अर्निंग्स. So on the downside, watch out for 200 DMA. On the upside, 50 DMA is important for this stock.
Thanks, Rishit. I'll take a few queries now. I'll start with RVNL, IRCTC, and Arvind. Okay, starting with IRCTC. Stock has broken out very recently. I think it is a stage. Which stage is it? I think it's a stage two. Yeah, it's a stage two consolidation base, and it has been recently added to portfolio as well. And it broke out in the first week of April, and from there it has moved sideways, and some days it has fallen as well. But The last few sessions tried to move higher, but the volume is lacking in this particular stock. We would like to see volume increasing in volume in this particular stock so that uh, it advances further from here, and also there is strength in the rally. And there are a couple of factors which we liked about this company. Uh, EPS is very good at 84. Technical ratings have also showed good improvement. RS line has formed blue dots. You can see here when we added, but it slightly has come down from around 75 levels to 70 level currently. Buyer demand still is in very intact at A plus. Overall, the future prospects of the IRCTC remain intact when the railway ministry or the overall railway infrastructure has seen very rapid transformation in the recent uh, couple of years or more than that. And when the overall infrastructure develops and when more and more people uses railway services, definitely IRCT is going to benefit from there. And still, there are a few new routes which are being planned, and electrification has been done completely, almost completely, and bullet train projects have also been going very good. Overall, railway side, it is looking very good. The stocks like RVNL and other railway related stocks have been doing good because of the improvement in the infrastructure development, especially related to the railways. And IRCT is going to definitely benefit from there. And the base formation has been very good. The recent base, that is stage two consolidation. And if you look at the overall volume during the base formation has been below average, that is one of the positive sign. And when the stock moved or tried to break out from the base pattern, that is right side of the base formation, the volume started to increase. Above average volumes were seen. That shows fresh investments are coming into the stock. That those are the reasons why we liked and why we added. Going forward, we are going to hold the stock until around 50 DMA might be acting as good support. That is around 6 to 7% from here. So that will be a stop loss level going forward. Until then, we will continue to hold it. And if there is any underperformance or if there is any 21 DMA breach in between, we will try to exit our partial book profits when that happens. I think we can go to Arvind. It is currently trading in the ideal buy range, but the ratings are not looking good. EPS is at 24, which is very poor. If you look at the sales as well for the last 4 quarters in the bottom left corner, you can see the sales have been declining. EPS has also not been good. These are the couple of pointers on the fundamental side which are not looking good, but technical ratings are still remain intact. But as part of cancel, we would like to see both fundamentals and technicals doing good, and the volumes to the base formation or when it breached its 50 DMA have increased. That is also a sign of concern. And when the stock is breaking out, the volumes have completely dried up. Again, not showing any signs of strength. Wait for the stock to improve its EPS, and a couple of quarters it might take. And until then, it's better to look out for stocks which are more fundamentally strong. In these turbulent times, it's better to stick with fundamentally strong companies which are showing strong technicals as well. And next, I'll take DMart. I think it's a stage for 3 or 4 base formation. It broke out recently. Last time I checked, it was around. Yeah, it's a stage 4 breakout, and which is considered as a late stage base according to us. Mostly stage 3, until stage 3 we try, take positions, but stage 4 and 5 it's very risky to take positions. But after breaking out from stage 4 as well, the stock has showed very good rally. It is currently trading at 15% from the pivot, which is a positive sign. Ratings are also looking fair enough. though they are not strong at more than 80, but EPS is 78. It's okay, very good. Price strength is slightly on the has come down recently. You can see here after forming blue dot, the stock, the orange line has moved or started to fall. And today's session also, the selling has been on the higher side. You can see almost 3% of fall the stock has taken, and it is trading very near its 21 DMA as well. And if the 21 DMA is breached, we can expect a further selling because there is no major support for the stock until 50 DMA. So another 6 to 7% of selling can be seen on the downside. On the upside, the stock needs to find good support at the 21 DMA, and also increasing in volume should be seen so that it makes a new high from here.
Thanks. I will take a couple of power stocks. Adani Power. So yeah, the stock had formed a stage 3 consolidation base. There was a very good consolidation. Currently, it is moving sideways near the pivot itself. It is just up 1% from the pivot. Breakout अच्छा हुआ था. But एक तो ये वो 5% circuit में locked रहता है most of the times. So you need to be careful. So always, while if you are for a very long term investor, 2-4 साल के लिए लेके छोड़नी है चीजें, then that is a different thing. But if you think like you want to catch the momentum 15 days, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month वाला, then be careful with the ASM list. अगर surveillance में है और वो circuit filter बहुत छोटा है, then if you get caught on the wrong side, then it's very tough to get out of the stock. So you need to be careful around that. Otherwise, the fundamentals have improved a lot. If you look at the EPS is very good, the fund holding has increased, ROE 65, that is excellent. ठीक है, EPS strength अच्छा है, बाकी सारे ratings are really good. So it's a good stock to watch out. I think some volume needs to be picked up, and that's when you can go for this one. Just remember one thing, there is a EPS due in 6 days, 6 दिन के बाद result है. So ideally, you need to be very careful before result or try to avoid. The reason being that result आगे पीछे आ गया, अचानक से कुछ move दे दिया stock ने, so it becomes very tough to predict the result and follow it. So it's always ideal to avoid it. Otherwise, the story is good. The way power demand is in India is increasing. अभी we are at a high. सॉलिड हाई पे है अपना पावर डिमांड ही, ठीक है. रिन्यूएबल नॉन रिन्यूएबल दोनों में अदानी काम करता है, ठीक है. दैट इट हैज अ वेरी गुड नेटवर्क, वेरी गुड बैकिंग. ओके, सो there's no two ways about the stock, but just need to watch out. I'm not sure about the ASM. Let me check surveillance. ये MSI में आप कर सकते हैं सर्विलियंस में जाके. Yes. So there is it is the part of ASM list. So I think 5% ही सर्किट होगा. So just need to be careful. If you are holding the stock, then it's good to hold. ये 50 डीएमए वाला लेवल देख लेना एक बार. वहां से 2 बार रिबाउंड हुआ था अभी रिसेंटली, April 15 और April 19 को. सो आई थिंक इफ इट फॉल्स अगेन बिलो 50 डीएमए, you might see some selling at least till the 500 के level पे. So watch out. The other one is TD Power. ये बहुत मस्त सेटअप है. Like I was watching at this setup. It's really good. Fund holding is increasing in the stock. Fundamentally अच्छा है. Last few quarters result, ROE 16% है. EPS among the top. Buyer demand is good. There are blue dot. RS rating at a 52-week high, which is really good. And look at the way it is getting accumulated. So just a disclaimer, this is part of our watch list. Portfolio में नहीं है, ठीक है, ये watch list का part है हमारा. So it is trading in its ideal buy zone. Okay, and it has broken out quite well from its stage 1 consolidation base, which is quite positive. So let's see how the stock moves. If you are holding the stock, you can use 50 DMA as a stop loss. Okay, and if you are looking forward to buy, then according to O'Neill, it is currently in the ideal buy zone, but it's important to do your own research or take advice of your investment advisor. Okay, then there are few YouTube carries. One is on BSC. So this stock is in its dream run. Hmm, सबसे बड़ा one of the top multi bagger. मार्च 23 से इसका रैली देखो तो yes it is a multi bagger stock. Okay, almost 537% up from its low, but catching it now not a good idea. If you are holding then I think it's a very good story. जिस तरह से इसका F&O में इनका बिजनेस बढ़ रहा है, जो मार्केट में पार्टिसिपेशन बढ़ रहा है रिटेल का, ठीक है, सो बोथ द थिंग्स आर वर्किंग फॉर देम. दिस इज एंटायरली एक नया रेवेन्यू स्ट्रीम खड़ा कर दिया, क्योंकि बीएससी के इंडेक्सेस कभी फ्यूचर एंड ऑप्शन में इतने एक्टिव नहीं हुआ करते थे. बट द न्यू मैनेजमेंट नाउ इज वेरी एग्रेसिव इन दैट पार्ट एंड देयर मार्केट शेयर इज क्वाइट इंक्रीजिंग. अभी मोस्टली सारा मार्केट शेयर एनएससी के पास है, ठीक है. So these guys have a very huge scope to expand their market share. थोड़ा बहुत भी कर लिया तो भी इट विल बी लाइक बिग थिंग फॉर द ईपीएस अपग्रेड. प्लस ये जो चार्जेस लेते हैं फॉर द कमीशन दैट इज आल्सो रिलेटिवली लो कंपेयर टू एनएससी. सो दे हैव द स्कोप टू इंक्रीज एज वेल. तो ईपीएस इंक्रीमेंटली बढ़ने का, स्टॉक के री रेटिंग होने का चांसेस हमेशा वो हाई रहता है. एंड दैट इज वाई इन एनी tough situation in the market, BSE generally holds. एक बार आई थिंक 2-3 महीने के लिए अगर यू लुक फ्रॉम दिसंबर टू अप्रैल मार्च इसने 4 महीना कंसोलिडेट किया. बट नाउ अगेन इट्स ऑन फायर and it had broken out from the stage 1 cup base, but currently it's extended. So now what you need to watch out for is the 50 DMA if you are holding the stock. Fresh entry, you need to give some time to the stock, ideally according to O'Neill. Next, AU Small Finance, we can take. Not able to move higher, trading below 200 DMA, struggling around its 21 DMA. 50 DMA तो काफी नीचे है इसके. So I think अभी ये वाला रिजल्ट भी जो अभी आया, I think yesterday it came, तो वो भी इतना कुछ अच्छा नहीं आया था. There was nothing that strong that the stock can move majorly higher. Okay, so the bit negative reaction on the result. Broadly fund holding में इतना incremental नहीं हो रहा है अभी, ठीक है. लास्ट 2 क्वार्टर भी थोड़े sluggish रहे हैं. So wait till it reclaims 200 DMA. नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर के रिजल्ट अगर अच्छे आते हैं then and only then you should watch out for this stock according to O'Neill methodology. Otherwise there are a lot of ideas in the market you can avoid. If you are already holding the stock, you are stuck in this, then keep 50 DMA as a stop loss, which is just around 2 to 3% from the current level.
Thanks, Rishit. I'll take a few queries now. I'll start with GMDC. Uh, Ankush has asked about GMDC and he specifically mentioned that what are the levels to look at for swing trading. I think this stock has not formed any base pattern. As you can see, there is no clear base formation here. It recently has reclaimed its key moving averages and it is trading above its key moving average, which is a positive sign. And if you are looking for a swing trade, which is we also have a swing trading team, which traders with team also called as, which focuses on short-term trades for a period of less than a week or 2 weeks. There we the overall objective is to capture 6 to 7 or 8% of gain in a period of a week. But at MarketSmith India, our approach is slightly different. We are a slightly longer term holding period compared to the traders with team. And also our targets are also on the higher side. When we look at on the profits, 20 to 25% is the ideal profit booking zone, which is highlighted in the green on the chart pattern. And on the downside, 7 to 8% is the stop loss, which we look at on the overall methodology front. But if you look at GMDC overall, there is no clear buy point according to our methodology. But if you are looking for a swing trade, 50 DMA reclaim can be taken as an alternative buy point. But you need to be very cautious as well because 50 DMA can also be breached on the lower side. So if that happens, the you need to be very sharp or very quick to take exit as well. Next is JSW Steel. Today, the stock has broken out from its cup with handle base pattern, and let's look at the volume. Also, volume is also looking very good in the today's session. It is slightly above average volume, again a positive sign on the price volume action front. EPS strength is also very good at 88, indicating strong fundamental character of the company. But the technicals are slightly on the lower side, especially the RS rating is still at lower at 41. Even though the RS line has showed some kind of improvement, but that line needs to move higher and higher around 70 to 75 range. That is when we will consider that as a fair enough rating. ABD rating is good. There is no change in the number of funds section, and there's not much action on the technicals. We like to see RS rating to be around 70 to 75%, 75 to take action to either to invest. The breakout has been good on both the price and volume front, but RS writing is only one concern, which is not looking good. But if there is any new factor or any factor related to the company which is looking good, if you find anything from the commentary, then you can take a position. But right now, I think it's not looking good from the RS rating point of view. Next is Hindustan Copper. This stock has been doing very good from the recent breakout. If you observe, it broke out from its double bottom base pattern uh, at least 1 month back. I think almost 1 month back, and from there it has been very good one uptrend rally for the stock. It has also hit power to pivot. It moved more than 30% from in just 18 trading sessions. That shows the importance of breakout and why we always rely on breakout for sharper or quicker attempts. In the meantime, the RS line has been forming blue dots again, a very strong sign. I- Most of the ratings, if you look at rating section, it is looking very good. EPS is at 81, RS rating is at 94, ABD rating is top at A plus. Overall, everything is looking very good. It is one of the very good stock. If you have taken out the breakout, you have made good returns. But now it is extended from the base pattern more than 30% from the pivot. Now it's not the right time to accumulate. But if you are looking, if you are already holding it, I think you can start trimming positions. If the stock falls on the higher volume, you can start trimming your positions depending on your risk appetite.
Okay, Raj, I will take few. One is Jindal So. It had a very good breakout and the move was really good. I think it gave a breakout from a stage one cup with handle pattern yesterday. And even today, the move was quite good for Jindal So. So ideally, it's very close to buy zone. Thoda ऊपर है, 5% little extended, but it's not that extended. Even if you see on the weekly front, it looks quite good formation. एक major rally हुआ था from October 22 जब ये 70 rupees था वहां से सीधा ये 550 60 तक आया. And after the consolidation now, it is again giving a fresh breakout of stage one, which is positive. All the ratings are good, plus the earnings have been excellent for Jindal. So okay, the number of fund holdings have also improved. और बाकी सारे ratings भी अच्छे हैं. So it's a good area to good stock to watch out for the good accumulation. But please do your own research before that. Stock is very close to our buy zone. If you look at a few other, we have Sale, HBL Power, BEML. Yes, again, I was talking about the metal index. The metal stocks are doing really well, and that's what happening over here. Stage 3 consolidation base से ये भागा था, थोड़ा sideways गया, but yesterday it had a strong momentum of almost 8%, and today also it was up around 0.5%. So broadly, the earnings are poised to improve over here in sale, and that's what it's getting reflected over here. The stock is in a very good uptrend. If you are holding it, the ideally you should continue. If you are not holding it, then fresh entry over here are not suggested from the O'Neill lens. Let it pull back a bit. अगर 21 के नजदीक आता है या फिर से ये बाय जोन के अराउंड आता है 152 160 157 58 160 में मिलता है, then that is a ideal buy for sale. ये थोड़ा एक्सटेंडेड है. अगर मार्केट थोड़ा आगे पीछे हुआ और यहाँ पे मोमेंटम बिगड़ा ना, तो एक थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. You might hit your stop loss. So that's why I wait a bit and let then you continue. Okay, and then we can look at this HBL power. So yeah, this is something interesting to watch out for, HBL power. So if you can look at the stock, then the EPS strength is very good. Let me annotate it for you guys. EPS strength is excellent, price demand good, buyer demand अच्छा है, fund holding is superb, okay, and the way the earnings have improved, the sales have improved, that is good. एक यहाँ पे बेस बनाया था, ठीक है. Let me check out the stage, कौन सा था वो. It was a stage 7 base, so yeah. That's a high stage base. उसके बाद ये ऊपर गया and then it went lower. So यहाँ पे वॉल्यूम भी बड़ा था. जब ये सेलिंग हो रहा था तो वॉल्यूम भी थोड़ा हाई था. So ideally it is now today reclaimed 50 DMA on a good volume. So अगर स्विंग ट्रेडिंग के लिए देखो तो ठीक है. बाकी 7 स्टेज के बाद not an ideal way to go for the stock. Let it form a new base. अगर यहाँ पे एक नया बेस फॉर्मेशन मिल जाता है अपने को, तो दैट विल बी ऑल्सो स्टेज 8 आई थिंक, क्योंकि ये अंडरकट नहीं किया है. सो यू नीड टू गिव टाइम टू दिस. लाइक आइडियली 7 स्टेज बेसिस आर नॉट आइडियल वन टू गो आफ्टर. इफ यू आर ऑलरेडी होल्डिंग द स्टॉक, बहुत अच्छी बात है. अगर अच्छा पैसा बन रहा है इसमें तो यू व्हाट यू नीड टू वॉच आउट फॉर इज द 200 डीएमए में भी. सो इफ यू आर होल्डिंग और दिस लो, ये 378 वाला जो अभी लो बनाया था मार्च में, उसको देख सकते हो. But according to O'Neill lens, the fresh entry is not suggested over here. Okay, I will take BEML one more. It's forming the right side of the cup, third stage का cup है. ठीक है, मोमेंटम काफी अच्छा है. वॉल्यूम में इतना भी अट्रैक्शन नहीं है. सो आइडियली लेट इट कंप्लीट इट्स पिवट. बेस खत्म होने दो, पिवट तक जाने दो, देखते कैसा मोमेंटम बिल्टअप हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है. प्राइस ट्रेंड काफी इंप्रूव हुआ है रिसेंटली. बायर डिमांड इज ऑल्सो डिसेंट, बट अर्निंग्स में इतना मजा नहीं है. देखो अभी मार्च क्वार्टर का रिजल्ट आता है. इफ यू सी दैट द मार्च क्वार्टर रिजल्ट इज वेरी गुड फॉर BEML, and the outlook for the current year FY25 is, if it is super, then and only then you should go behind this one. Baki, if you are holding the stock, then again over here I think yes, 21 or 50 can be used as a stop loss.
Rashid, I'll take the place. One of the users asked about HDFC Bank. What is the stop loss level to be looked at in the HDFC? As all of you know, it's a leading private sector bank in India, and it has done very good in the recent past. But if you look at the last 1 month or 2 months of period, the stock has come under pressure and it reached its 200 DMA as well. It is very rare for a stock like HDFC, which is of more than 11 lakh crores of market capitalization, to trade below its 200 DMA. It happens very rare, and it continues to trade below its 200 DMA. Only moving average that is held is 50 DMA from here. That is another 3 to 4% from here. So that level can be kept as a stop loss going forward. It is not advised to hold stocks which are trading below longer term moving averages, such as the 250-day moving averages. You should have exited when the stock breached its 50 DMA at some point. But currently, 200 DMA has been acting as a strong resistance for the stock as well. You can see a couple of times it faced resistance and it failed to reclaim 200 DMA. Technicals and fundamentals are not looking good at this point. So currently, it's better to move from HDFC to other stocks which are looking good. I think next I'll take a couple of queries. One is Power Grid Corporation. Power Grid, I think it is very close to the pivot, 2% to the pivot, and it's a stage two, a cup base pattern, and you can see the more details about the base here. And the overall base formation has been very good, and this currently it is trading in the right side formation, right side of the base pattern, and the volumes have also been very good as being highlighted. You can see on the downside. Overall, it is looking very good. Ratings are also fair enough. It is around the 60 to 70 range, are looking good. Taking fresh entry is okay in this particular stock. Let it will break out from here, 2% from here, and if it continues to trade in the buy range, and if the volume also picks up, definitely a very good stock to consider for accumulation or for investment. And stop loss level for this stock can be kept around 50 DMA. That is around 4 to 5% from the current market price uh, after breaking out from the base pattern. Next is Mazagon Ship Builders, that is Mastock. This is also very good stock. We have already taken a position in this stock. It was a previously held stock as well. We have made good return in this particular uh, stock as well. And currently also it has broken out. I think in the today's session only, it broke out from its stage, cup with handle stage, and the volume has also been very good, which is a very positive sign. But the only concern is it's a late stage base. That is only concern. The ratings have also been very good in this particular stock. You would not advise to take a fresh entry at this particular point, but if you are already holding or if you are continuously holding from the previous breakouts, I think it's better to continue to hold it, and you can keep a stop loss level around 50 DMA, 200 DMA, depending on the price which you have accumulated, so that make sure that you do not lose most of your gains. Try to book out profits so that you can find other stocks which are potential enough to give good returns.
Okay, we'll take few more queries. ICICI Bank.
Next is Hindalco. I think most of the users are I think are following cancel methodology here. I think most of the questions asked today, especially if you observe, are mostly breakout stocks which are trading are recently broken out from their base patterns. Very good observation if you I would like to point out here. This is also trading in the idle buy range in the blue zone here. Ratings are also very good. EPS is very good at 83. RS rate is slightly on the lower side, but and it is moving higher, and it also formed blue dot on positive sign in terms of technical structure. A by D rating is also very good at A plus. So overall, it is a very positive stock if you look at from the canceling methodology.
Um, I think Raj's voice is breaking, so I'll continue with maybe ICICI Bank, IEX. Let's start with IEX, Indian Energy Exchange. So it just completed its double bottom base and gave a brief breakout today. So if it continues the journey tomorrow, it will be it is in the ideal buy range. The fund holdings have increased. The recent results have been good. The ROE is decent. The EPS is good. So I think on most of the parameter, it qualifies well. Even the base formation was quite good for IEX. Okay, over here, if you see, the formation is very good for the IEX. The fund holding, it's good. Fund holding बड़ा है, थोड़ा shares कम हुआ है, but broadly there's no major issue over here. So if you have taken the position, I think then you can use 7 to 8% as a stop loss. Because 50 DMA थोड़ा deep है. If you are planning to take it tomorrow, then also like you need to manage your stop loss well. So it is currently trading in its ideal buy zone. I can take. I'll take quickly few and then we'll close the session. Okay, the stock has rebounded well from the 200 DMA. So let's see if it can continue the momentum over here. Ideally, not a best time to buy the stock because it is quite off highs. So there might be some supply coming. And if you look at the earnings, not a great one. So no need to chase the stocks that are having poor earnings when there's a lot of good ideas in the market. Okay, then we can take Hull, HAL, Hindustan Aeronautical. It's a good make in India. The defense story. It's trading at all highs. If you are holding the stock, continue to hold. If you are not having it, not an ideal time to get it into the portfolio because it is trading more than 100% from pivot and also like 20 to 22% from the 50 DMA. So if you are holding, then you can hold it till it trades well above its 21 DMA. So about RS rating support, please contact the support team. Okay, GRSC. GRSC had given a good stage 3 breakout and it had his power to pivot almost more than 25% gain in less than 3 weeks. His power to pivot. Fundamentals काफी अच्छे हैं अगर आप देखो तो EPS growth is good, the sales growth is good. Here also the Make in India, the defense things is doing really well. The docks, the shipbuilding, the engineering part, all the it is firing on all the front. There is a lot of tailwind for here. So if you already bought it somewhere around here, then it was a really good decision and you should continue to hold. But not a ideal time to buy now because it is quite extended. So let it come down थोड़ा 21 डीएम में ऊपर आ जाए या ये नीचे आ जाए दोनों का मिलन हो जाए उसके बाद जब बाउंस होता है तब ले लो 50 डीएम से but not as of now according to the O'Neill methodology. CESC में देखो तो यार इसको खत्म होने दो भाई बेस कप 2 का स्टेज बना रहा है बेस सो लेट इट कंप्लीट अगर ये ब्रेकआउट देता है देन इट्स अ वेरी गुड स्टोरी this stock was the part of our portfolio last year and it gave a decent return and I'm expecting even this time if it breaks out then it can continue its positive momentum अच्छा stock है the power demand and the way their network is that's really good if you look at the NCC so NCC is real near its 50 DMA. So let it rebound from the 50 DMA to get an ideal buy point. But if it breaches 50 DMA and if you are holding the stock, then it's good time to exit it. BL and BDL. Okay, I'll take one more after this, and then we close the session. So if you look at the BEL, again it's quite extended. Not an ideal time to go behind this. And if you are holding, the answer remains same. Watch out for 21 or 50 DMA. बाकी इसका ratings काफी अच्छा है. The defense play, the Make in India play, the PLI play, it's in everything. So there's no two ways about it. Okay, maybe one last query. GMR Infra. A good reclaim of 50 DMA today, volume relatively lower than average, but हाँ अगर पिछले कुछ दिनों से compare करें, then that is a decent one. Let it, first move about this 87 level, which from where it went down last time. And then I think the next area to watch out will be its pivot. If it breaks out on a good volume and you see that this March quarter result, that is the most important thing to watch out. They need to show some good improvement in the EPS. I'm expecting that to only watch out for this if it gives a positive EPS, because negative EPS पे लेने से कोई इतना वो नहीं है जब मार्केट में you have other good fundamental option. सेल्स ग्रोथ काफी अच्छा है बट वो प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी में रिफ्लेक्ट होना चाहिए. बाकी नंबर ऑफ फंड होल्डिंग द स्टॉक इज रियली गुड and it is 9% to pivot. So I think still there are many queries, but the time is up. I will take the last one. National Aluminium. And then we close today's session. So yeah, this one is extended. Fresh buying not suggested. On the downside, watch out for the 170-75 level. अगर उसको तोड़ दिया, then there might be some selling over there. But if it continues its upward journey, then ideally it should not breach its 21 DMA. जो अभी मैं डिस्कस किया मेटल्स के बारे में स्टार्टिंग में कि देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ फोकस, तो प्राइसेस ग्लोबली मार्केट में बढ़ रहे हैं, डिमांड बढ़ रहा है, अलग अलग सेक्टर से इंफ्रा से डिमांड आ रहा है, चाइना में भी ग्रोथ ट्रैक पर आ रहा है, इंडिया में ग्रोथ अच्छा है. इफ यू सी द ऑटोमोबाइल से जो मेटल्स का डिमांड है वो बढ़ रहा है. सो देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ टेलविंड्स फॉर डिमांड ऑफ द एल्यूमिनियम, कॉपर, स्टील, and that's what is reflecting in the stock price. Their revenue will be increasing incrementally, but technically ज़्यादा extended है तो you should wait over here.
I think we can call it a day. Uh, we hope it was a productive session to all of you who have joined. Thanks for joining this session as well. There was slight internet disturbance at my end. Sorry for that. But my colleague Rishit has taken it forward. Thanks for Rishit as well. And thanks everyone for joining this session. And as we everyone knows here, every week there is a session related to stock specific queries. And every 2 weeks we have a good session on Thursday from MarketSmith India team, and alternatively we TraderSmith team will also take a session, Bazaar Pe Charcha, that is called as. And we hope to see you guys again on the next Thursday with Bazaar Pe Charcha TraderSmith team, and also we hope to see you on the next our stock Durbar session as well. Thanks everyone for joining session.